Good morning, guys. Good morning and welcome to this webinar. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a good time so far? Of course, for our friends in the UK, maybe it's still too early, but for our friends in other parts of the world, in Pacific Asia region, maybe it's a bit late so far. So how are you guys? Please let me know if everyone is doing fine. We approach pretty much the end of this trading week, and really, beside the surprise we had yesterday from the Bank of Japan, and we saw the Japanese yen gain some of the lost value, we can say, in prices. Beside that, I don't believe we're going to see something really exciting in the markets. But as we said yesterday, were many opportunities to trade for intraday traders, for swing traders, and etc. As you can see, the risk rewarding in front of you, it's been a while that I have it there. So you can take the time and read it if you guys want. Now, for those who don't know about every single Monday in the website, we publish the podcast. There I talk about the major news events, and you can understand how can they affect your trading and your investing. So it's a great feature in my opinion. I encourage every single one to go and watch them. And for those who don't know where to find them, yes, Theo, please show us. You simply, guys, just go to the website. Yeah, go to the website, analytics, weekly trading podcast. It's going to bring you here. Few people, they just play directly from here, but most of the people, they just download it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, okay, or wherever you prefer, because you can listen it again and again and again. I will send you the link. Please make sure you engage yourself with that. As I always say all the time, I do this for you. It's not for anyone else. It's not for myself, because I'm full-time in front of the screens, to be honest, with trading, with investing, with the course I write here at Admirals. So it's basically for you, to help you and speed up the process, to put your mind in the right place, and how can you think in terms of a trader and investor. And I believe you're going to appreciate that. So for the new people, or for you guys, you haven't downloaded the mobile application, please make sure you do so. Let's delete this one. And it's a great way to manage your account, to fund, to withdraw, basically to do everything. Okay, it's very nice app. I also use it. It's really simple. And back to the website. Just to make sure, especially for our new friends here, we have the Instagram channel. We are engaged a lot with the Instagram. You can find us at Admirals Global. Anyway, I will send you the link so you can directly click there and follow us on the Instagram. Why to do that? Because really, on a daily basis, you're going to find valuable content, either in terms of stories, or in terms of posts, in terms of reels. Really often we are also on TikTok. You can find me there doing some nice entertainment stuff, but always in terms of trading and investing. Some people, they are laughing. Yeah, that's me here. So You can watch that later. You can, everybody here who put valuable content, guys, it's simply for you. It's for you, to help you. All right. And also we have the YouTube channel, as everyone knows. It's a very famous channel. It's getting more and more popularity. Please make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel and you like the videos. Wherever we post something, it's going to come as a notification to you when we go live. Also, when we upload them, the webinars here. Sir Jack, good morning, Theo. Is it possible to watch the webinar, what's hot, what's not, trading in the US market afterwards? Yeah, definitely. You can go here to the trading spotlight, and I believe it's somewhere a little bit at the end. Anyhow, you can find it here. All right. And many other webinars, the length, it's about 50 to 1 hour, 50 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, only my webinars, they go that 1 hour. I don't know why, because maybe I talked a lot. So here, of course, you know about the live trading. Okay, so let's move on. What's the news for the day? Basically, we have only the Canadian dollar inflation rate. Some providers, they give it with different forecast and previous number. And by surprise, some other providers, they give it differently. So what to do? We're going to just see the actual. All right. So anyhow, guys, as we said, and as I proved to you so many times through the chart, markets simply discount everything. The markets, they are in a position where they want to be, and the fundamental events, the news announcement, they simply speed up the process of the price to move from where they are to the level they want to be. Now, if we go to, allow me just to do this very fast for you. And excuse me, I'm going to use another platform. Anyhow, we're going to integrate soon with this platform here. So let me just go very quickly to the Aussie CAD, for example. All right. Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. Today, we know that we have some news events that maybe they're going to favor the Canadian dollar. Now, I draw my fib to see where the retracement can come. So if the news events, they're going to favor the Canadian dollar, most likely we're going to see the market come and retest this 50% fib area that match nicely with a recent support here. So instead of the price to take 5 days to come and retest the support based on the average true range of the price move, with the news events, they're going to do it in 1 day. Okay, that's how I see the news events. And that's how I use them. Like in the USD against the Japanese yen, we said we are in a downtrend. Where is the support? The next support is here. But the market was playing around for 2-3 weeks around this resistance. But the news event, they just speed up the process of the downtrend. That's simple as that. Many times we see that divergence. Let's say we are at this support. Let me draw it better here. Let's say we are at this support here, and the market, it's just moving around the support. It's making some lower equal lows. And then we have a stochastic or an RSI, and is doing this one here with a bullish or positive divergence. The price may equal low, but the momentum shows that the market is going to push to the upside. And then over the sudden, we see a news that they create a new high. It just speed up the process. Okay. That's the best way to help you to understand. So where were we? We were here. So we're going to see the charts in a while. I hope that makes sense, guys. As I said here, the purpose of this webinar, it's not only to find trades for you and not to give you trades, just to tell you what I'm trading, okay? But also to help you understand when I'm not here, you know that you can count on your ability to execute trade based on the facts and how to really understand these facts together. So today's top headlines, we have China's workers are calling in sick with COVID after Beijing U-turn. Ukraine's President Zelensky expected to visit Washington on Wednesday. EU to probe Broadcom 61 billion plan takeover of VMware. Putin describes situation in occupied Ukrainian territories as extremely difficult. Elon Musk plans to step down as Twitter head after casting doubt on poll. Well, let it be then. Back to our MetaTrader 5. If I find it here, there are so many applications that are open. Okay. So let's have a look at the dollar against the dollar index. Sorry. I think something wrong here. Maybe this one expired. Okay, so US. Oh my God, I can't find it here. USDX future expire. This expire on March. Let's try this one. Okay, that's fine then. Guys, there is a reason I use the futures, and I will explain you in another time. So for now, we saw yesterday a very weak US dollar. Anyhow, we said we are in this downtrend. 2 days ago, the price action was this dodgy. We talked about that. Market just push lower. Today, we expect to have a follow through. I hope so, at least, because I really want to see some weakness in the dollar. If we take this long uptrend here, and let's say we go to the weekly chart, we see where it started, and we try to see some retracement. So far, we are between 60 and 61.8 and 50% retracement around the support, though. That's why the price is struggling a lot. Remember at the beginning of the week what I talked about, what I said about this hammer price action or long tail, long lower tail, and it doesn't mean necessarily it's going to reverse the market direction. It just means that it can temporarily pause the seller's momentum. Anyway, now we are sitting at the support. I really want to see the market come all the way to 61.8. It doesn't mean it's going to happen because I want it to happen, okay? But this is going to help us have some clarity on the euro, US dollar, pound, US dollar, Aussie US dollar, Kiwi US dollar, USD CAD, USD yen, and USD CHF. And at least we can find some good trades. Yep. So we are waiting to see what's going to happen. Anyway, it's still bearish, but it's bearish on support. Traders, we never ever sell the support unless we have, in a downtrend, we have a descending triangle pattern, and we have some strong indication that the market can push the down. We can validate it with some indicators, and we trade not the price action, but we trade the pattern. All right, let's move on. DAX 40 market didn't make it to the 38.2. It put that long lower shadow. The market, it's fighting its way here. I don't know. That's from the times there. It's really not clarity. Market break below this support. Now it can act as resistance. We have 3 days close below. And instead of seeing follow through, we just saw some rejection of these lower levels. If today we're gonna see the market pushing and close above this resistance now, we see, but it's really not clear. FTSE, let's move this line here because we want to get the recent, the most valid, excuse me, the most valid swings are the recent ones and not what happened 25 years ago. Okay, I see traders, they go on monthly chart, for example, and they see, okay, we have this resistance here, but guys, the traders who trade this resistance, maybe they are not even in trading anymore after that time. Okay, so yes, always be mindful about the long-term support and resistance, but understand that the most relevant ones are the recent ones, because that's where most likely the same traders, they're gonna act upon them. Here, as I always teach you, you draw your fib when we, even after we see a break, and that's where, guys, that's a great learning session for you. So let me explain that. Many traders, they see, okay, we have when I will explain you about primary, intermediate, and near-term trend, you will understand, okay, better. But for now, just keep that. A primary trend is a trend that is it's intact in the next, let's say, 9 months, about 9 months. So 9 months ago, we are here December, let's say 9 months ago, we start from March. This market here in a primary trend is sideways. So we don't have any bias. In a intermediate trend, it's still sideways because about 6 months it's here, let's say from July, August. So this is also sideways. But in the first 6 weeks, in the last 6 weeks to 2 months, 1 to 2 months, let's say, or better 1.5 months, the market was moving to the upside. Now, we identified that the long-term bias for this market is trading between this resistance and this support. We identified that we had a trend here from this point to that point. It lasted for about 1.5 months. And now we see the market pushing backwards. What do I do always? Now I identified that lower highs, lower lows, they came here. But maybe the market, it's going to come to sell up to a fib level. Usually they do it. They just sell off up to a fib level, maybe 50%, 61.8%. So if we draw the fib, we know that if the market is going to be here and we want to initiate trades, we will understand that maybe in these market conditions that the primary trend is ranging, there's intermediate trend is ranging, there is no high probability for the market to move somewhere, and maybe around the middle of the move, it's better not to initiate the trades. That's a good way to understand it. Or for example, we are here, we didn't touch any fib level. It is a low probability market, but if we see some rejection here with a small price action, we can trade it to the downside simply because we still have lots of room to retest the 38.2. And if you look around, there is no strong support here. The strongest support we can find is this one here, because we have a cluster of support. So we have this swing, we have this swing, and we have this swing. So we have this area here. And if we extend it a bit beyond, we have also this support. So maybe if we're going to trade to the downside, this market, until the 61.8% fib retracement, we can have a high probability of retesting this area. So that's why always use this FIP tool even after we break from a trend line, okay? Because I see the overall market direction. Dow Jones, same. We can draw our FIB. We know that we have a strong support. The next strong support is here. The next, it's going to be this one here. So let's just draw it. Now it becomes relevant. Now, where we can initiate some positions, well, either up to this point here, if you want, or you're going to wait for some more FIB retracement. So 50% it's here, 61 it's there, but maybe the market is so strong that it's never going to make it to these areas here. So what can we do? Simply, we can monitor day to day for strong price action and see if we can find some price action reversal to sell it. Nasdaq and S&P, exactly the same scenario. Of course, when the US dollar is getting weakened, these markets, they have the tendency to move higher for obvious reasons. Guys, you are talking too much today. You are typing so many things. I cannot even read your comments. That was a bit sarcastic, yeah. It's just in a very kind and gentle way. Guys, what do you need in your trading for today? Maybe you have some questions about currency pairs you want to see. I know you are getting into the Christmas mode, but and it's nice, get excited, but there are still opportunities here in the markets. Okay, let's start with the pound. Found some support here with this, let's call it the spinning bottom, maybe it's a spinning bottom, this one here. Anyway, some support around this 200 moving average, and we do expect to see some follow through. Of course, with the dollar weaken, pound strength can come there. Jonathan, your chart, it's very small on my screen. What can I do about to enlarge it? Are you using are you on a, let's say, 13 inches tablet or on your mobile device? Because otherwise, if you are on a desktop, it should be fine. Maybe you can just expand the Zoom full screen, the Zoom application. Do we expect some Christmas rally, Rumen? Some Christmas rally now with all these recession, depressions in the market? Usually the gold was the surprise of December, January, and February, and especially in January, we were used to see the gold rallying a lot, and the silver. At some points, some years, I used to buy always physical silver plates, and I was just selling them after 3 months because they were just spiking. That was one of my investment tactics, to be honest. Could you please tell us your opinion about Euro US? Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Okay. Like gold, exactly. But gold to buy that bar, it was a bit too much. That's why I was just buying a lot of silver. So euro against the US dollar. After this bearish engulfing candle, the market really didn't follow through to the downside. As I many times said, and guys, markets, they give you clues. Just listen to the market. We saw bearish engulfing here. Next 2 sessions, boom, to the downside. We saw bearish engulfing here. Next 2 sessions, boom, to the downside. We saw bearish, this is not a bearish engulfing. So we saw this, not the bearish engulfing. We saw this bearish engulfing here. It's been 3 sessions and it didn't manage to push to the downside. So that gives us a clue that this market here has more strength to come. Now, if our prediction is not going to play out, it's okay. It's just we have an understanding of what the price action is doing. Anyhow, we are dealing with probabilities. We take trades with 2-1 and 3-1. So when we win, when the trades win, we know that our equity curves grows. When our trades lose, we know that our equity curve still grows because we take only trades with 2-1 when they win and 3-1. And that's the most important thing in trading profitability, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing for the USD CHF. It's in this downtrend. Only for intraday trading, actually, this one can work because we have some strength in the Swiss franc. So weakness on the dollar, strength in the Swiss franc, this can help to the downside. So if you go to the lower time frames and find your lower highs and lower lows, you can simply execute. Very weak the Australian dollar. We see, although we saw that was the only one who had a lower close yesterday compared to the other majors. Kiwi, the same, very, very weak. After this extensive trend to the upside, of course, at some point, the market is going to retrace. USD against the Canadian dollar is just moving sideways. USD yen, that came to the support. Very strong here, bearish engulfing, long tail candle. Please make sure you don't make the mistake like many traders they do. They open a trade here, they have a stop loss there, and that's about 500 pips maybe. Let's measure it. It's 660. My God. If you go for 660 to have 2-1, you have to go up to here to 1,300. Okay, so please make sure you find smaller ranges to trade and not those big ranges. Your chart is very okay. That's better. What is NGAS doing? Let's have a look at the NGAS. Let me see. Euro against the Aussie here. We talked about this. I didn't know if some intraday trades they've been initiated by you guys. Aussie against the Canadian dollar. We are waiting to see some more retracement. There is, in my opinion, some more to come to the downside. Gold, of course, is breaking higher. That's great news. If it's going to still break higher, this one here looks like an ascending triangle. So let's put the pattern in place. Ascending triangles, I explained you on my webinar how to trade them. It's recorded there. You can go and see it. We measure the distance from the base. So that's the base of the triangle. And it's about, let's say, 64, give it or take. So we measure 64 for the break point, 64. It's exactly here. And you see how nicely these patterns, they play out with the price resistance. So we have this resistance here. And if this break to the upside, the minimum target, it's going to be this one here, and it matches perfectly with this resistance. So we have two valid reasons that traders most likely they want to leave the prices higher. So we're going to have a lot of different school of traders that they want to trade this pattern. Now, how do we trade it? Many ways. Either we enter here and we put our stop in the middle of the pattern, because if the price is going to push below the pattern and it's going to break it, then there is no pattern. So we know that the trade is not working. It's a failed pattern. Sometimes we see push to the upside and then we see retracement and we can enter. Sometimes we just see a nice price action rejection here about this dodgy or long lower tail candles, or bearish engulfing, or piercing bullish engulfing or piercing patterns. Sometimes they just don't come. It's just the price, it just shoot to the upside and that's it. Crude oil is just struggling around. I didn't like that it didn't just sold immediately from this point. Let's have a look at the NGAS. Where is the NGAS? NGAS, where are you? Guys, does anyone see this NGAS on the screen? Oh, and gas, and gas. Anyway, let's bring it up. All righty. So, and gas. Weekly chart, this level of support. Exactly, we retested this level here. Some people, I remember they initiated trades from this support onwards. Here we had this resistance, and I hope that you acknowledge it and you were out of the trade, especially after you saw this bearish candle closing here or at this point. That was the room for profit. Now the market is just moving to the downside. It's been since March, whenever the price was touching this area here of 536, bouncing to the upside. Now this time, it just doesn't look that the market wants to bounce to the upside, because if the buyers, they were strong here and there, they could lift prices higher. Now we do expect to have a close below. We had one close below. We want two closes below to start selling. But aggressive traders, of course, nothing wrong to be an aggressive trader. Don't take it that it's a bad thing. There is no such a thing. So you can find some price action here that allows you to start selling it if that's what you want to do. To be honest, I'm not trading this market. I don't know why I didn't pay attention in general to this market. What else? The New Zealand across the board is just selling off. So it gives good intraday opportunities, at least for this session. So keep it like this for today, ladies and gentlemen. All the yen crosses they are offering for sales with price action or with cycles on the lower time frame, on these lower highs and lower low formations. And when we trade the 5-minute chart, please make sure we understand we are trading this type of lower highs and lower lows, sell limit orders. We don't trade the price actions. Okay, price actions is very tricky, because on the lower time frames there is too much of randomness and too much of spikes. In regards to Tesla, on the daily, on the weekly chart, we are creating new lows, and that's fantastic. It's just selling off a strong area of support I see is down there. Honestly, a strong area of support, it's this one. But we have many areas of support in this market. They can come. Now, the first one, it's this one here. So $170. And the second one, it's this one here. Okay. We will see what's going to happen with this one. And yeah, for now, it offers for intraday trading when the stock market open. And we can go on the 5 minutes, 10, 15-minute charts, and we're just trying to sell it from there. It's not something I do. If you ask me if I do it, I don't do it. But if I was about to do it, I will just do it exactly that way on the stocks. When I used to intraday the stocks, intraday trading, it was only on the 5-minute charts, because it just opened for some time. Volatility is there for only some small amount of time, and that's pretty much as it can be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we cover what we have to cover today. Also, we had a bit of educating stuff here. I hope you found them really valuable. You see, every single time you are interacting with these live trading webinars, you find more and more things. And it's my pleasure to host these webinars for you. I believe you also have some fun here. It's not that boring. I try to make it as entertainment as possible. So really, I hope you had a great time. You find a lot of value. Please make sure you like the videos, subscribe the videos on the YouTube, and I look forward to see you again tomorrow at the same time. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. For those You are on the live.